All right, so we all know how it goes. New year, new goals, but also new excuses on why not to pursue those goals. For the longest time, I put off my goal of starting a podcast because, well, I was intimidated. I wasn't sure how to do anything. I wasn't sure if I wanted to invest the time in doing it, and I certainly didn't want to pay other people to do that stuff for me. Luckily, I came across Spotify for Podcasters, which calmed my nerves as they allowed me to do everything from recording to editing to scheduling and even monetizing my podcast from a single place with literally a click of a few buttons. Seriously, how do you think I crank out 3 episodes a week with such ease? Another cool thing is that they allow me to interact with you guys, which gives me awesome ideas for new episodes and feedback on what you like the request to do more video episodes, right? Best of all, they do it for free. So if you're someone that wants to get a podcast started, but perhaps we're a little intimidated like myself, trust me when I say, just go for it and get started today by either downloading the Spotify for Podcasters app or going to www.spotify.com/podcasters. Trust me, you won't regret it. Welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Akil Stokes, and thank you for joining today. I got a really cool interview to share with you guys from the self-proclaimed meandering trader. And it's funny because this trader's journey is very similar to mine, where he got into trading, tried to learn it, did a little trades himself, and really had a lot of information, but it wasn't really organized information, and he struggled. Years later, after wanting to leave the corporate world, he kind of wanted to get back into things and did something very similar to myself once again, where he bet on himself, meaning that he quit his jobs, he put together a nest egg so that he can survive a certain period of time, and hopefully he can figure this trading thing out before that money runs out. So if you're an aspiring trader, make sure you listen to this interview. It's a great example of kind of organizing your way to success, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Good. How's everything been going? How's all the trading been going? Your week been going? Like, how's everything? Just what's going on? How do you feel?
It's going okay. I joined through the Cyber Trader event a couple weeks ago. So I've been going through a lot of education recently. I just finished Foundations 1 yesterday. And have mostly been in review as far as the information goes so far. But I think it's been good for me. I looked it up. I made my first trade a year ago yesterday. I bought 2 Amazon for $89.37, which I wish I still had them now. They're worth a little more. But anyway, I've gone kind of on a meandering journey of learning things myself. So I've probably learned a lot more information than I realized, but it hasn't been very organized. So I think that's probably the best thing that's helped me so far from going through coursework is just trying to organize it all and then maybe improve from there.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, fine. So for anyone who hasn't had the pleasure of conversing with you in the chat or kind of don't know much about you, just kind of tell us a little background about who you are, what you do.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm a mid-40s father and husband. I live in Atlanta, in the United States. Yeah, in the United States. And I've had a career as a stage manager for rock and roll bands, traveled all over the world.
Awesome.
I've also had a career as a pharmacist, a hospital pharmacist for about 15 years. I did that up until August. After working through COVID and all kinds of things like that, there was corporate restructuring and they laid me off. So after trading for about a year, I decided I was tired of working for corporate America and wanted to try and figure this out myself. I have a decent nest egg to hold on to me, keep me going for a little while I figure this out. And I'm trying to just sort of make a bet on myself that I can do this before I run out of a nest egg,
Yeah, amazing. Awesome. So you joined during the Cyber Trader event, so I take it you enjoyed that event, and you're going through the foundation, so that's kind of alluded to what you're working on right now. Based on what you've seen so far, and based on what you learned at the event, it should have kind of reset your expectations. I know you placed a trade a year ago, but that was kind of an uninitiated trade, something where you didn't quite know what you was doing. Based on what you know now, do you have any kind of milestones or longer term plan on how you're going to implement this and what you're going to do with it?
Sure. I think my goal is kind of in order, or to go through the coursework and help myself sort of be fully organized, right? as a trader and as a business trader, we'll say. And then through part of that, build myself a strategy properly. I've built a couple strategies. I've bought a couple indicators and software packages over the last year. Just like everybody else, I think searching for the thing that would make it work for me. I think I've bought some good stuff and I've bought some bad stuff, right? I think what I need to do at this point is go through a process that helps me build a strategy that I've back tested. I've used TradingView to back test strategies by coding in PineScript, but I haven't taken the time to hand to them. And I've realized that when I go to live trading with it, you don't have the confidence you need because you're worried about, did I code it right? Is the software telling me the right things? Do I really believe it? And so I think some of the coursework about going through setting up your strategies and setting up your business and things like that will probably help me get better organized. After that, I'd like to become consistently profitable. Then I'd like to ultimately develop financial time and location freedom from trading and using that to fund other investments and businesses.
Yeah. Great.
So that's kind of the dominoes.
Yeah, man. Realistic. I don't know what your time frames are for that, but it's a great order of events. Realistically, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Like, do you have in your mind?
I'd say I'd like to get through coursework and I don't know. I'm trying to not be rushed, but still keep myself on a pretty aggressive forward pace, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm not working as a pharmacist right now. I'm home. I have time freedom right now, so I can pour hours into studying and learning.
Right.
If I could by the end of the year be through all coursework and working on back testing and refining strategies and actually setting up my business to go for it, say beginning of the year, that would be well on target. I'd be probably ahead of schedule at that point. To be consistently profitable, I'd like that to happen in the next 6 months, but I know that's also an aggressive target as well, right? I'm not a brand new trader. I've made plenty of trades. I've done futures through prop firms. I've done all kinds of stuff. I've, just never been able to be consistent. And I think a lot of that is because I've never been properly organized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, organization's key for sure. Cool. Okay. So realistic journey, realistic timelines. What's something you struggle with? Is it organization, or is there something else that could potentially, why wasn't it profitable the first time?
Sure. I think some of the areas that I've struggled with, the organization probably is it. I think a lot of that, it comes from trying to do it on my own. I'm not disorganized. I wouldn't call myself a super organizer, but I'm slightly above average in the organization department, I would say.
Okay.
You've
run a stage manager, right? So you've got to be.
I've done well. And as a hospital pharmacist, I was an operations manager for a 400-bed hospital for medications for 4 buildings. So, I can handle details. I got patience. I got discipline. I got some of these things down that I think I really need. I think better organization. I've been impulsive as a trader sometimes. Start to lose and lack the confidence in your system, like I described earlier, and you start to think you oversize and you overtrade, and next thing you know, you've really done some damage rather than fixing anything. So I've struggled with that some. Breaking the habit of thinking I need to be in a trade all the time. If I'm trading, just because I'm sitting in a chart, I need to have a trade on. I think those are 2 of the things that, outside of not being fully organized, those are the 2 of the things that while I trade, I've noticed I have struggles with.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, now you've told us that, we got we can keep an eye on that, and we can make sure that you don't sway into the dark side. And I would say, use this community and use you get your money's worth, man. Just speak to the community, be vocal in that chat, get into these sessions. If you go and watch, like, and this is for everyone, by the way, we've had certain traders that have committed to these accountability sessions throughout their entire journey, and you'll go back and you'll watch those sessions, and those guys always do well. You know, they always do really, really well because they're focused and they're accountable to making progress each time they come on. And it's really inspiring to go and watch those guys as well. I highly recommend you go and check out some of the repeating accountability sessions. And yeah, look, we're here, mate. There's no reason not to succeed, right? You've got access to 2 live sessions, 3 days a week. You've got the Q&A session, which is amazing. You've got these accountability sessions. You've got a great community. And what I would say is just maybe in a couple of months, like Omi, book in like early next year just to check in, just to go. Yeah, I get December's really busy for everyone, pretty much a wipeout. And before you know it, it'll be Christmas. So January is a great time to book in. Every December, I also host a life planning workshop. So for those of you who don't know much about my history, over the last 5 years, I've run a life planning workshop every December, and it's a real great workshop where we drill down, break out certain goals that everyone's got, and we break it into quarters, and then we set all the different, we break that down into little tasks, and we have a plan, and we build the habits, and it's really, really great. Just before Christmas, it makes you feel so good going into the next year. So I'll let you guys know when that's happening if you're interested. And yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on and laying your cards down. It can only get better from here, right? So
that's right. Well, like I said to you in the Cyber Trader event when I signed up, get ready to put up with me for a long time. So I'll be in there, and I'll definitely get my money's worth. So
that's awesome, mate. I appreciate you being here. You're the exact type of person that we love working with. So
thank you.
Good luck, man, and we'll catch up in a few months.
Our accountability sessions are one of the favorite things we do on the website because it allows us to really meet and know the trader on a different level than just kind of a name on a dashboard. It really kind of inspires that community, inspires that accountability, and all the things that you really need to become a consistently profitable trader and make it through that, well, often dark and lonely journey. So if you're looking for community yourself and you want to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, look no further than our website, www.tier1trading.com. Get on board, introduce yourself, surround yourself with people who are going to help you be successful, and then boom, get after it.